Margaret Aitken, also known as the Great Witch of Balwearie, met a tragic end during the height of the Scottish witch hunts in 1597. Her story stands as a chilling reminder of the dark power of fear and superstition. Margaret's tale is intertwined with the infamous witch trials of early modern Scotland, a period of rampant witch hunts that would claim the lives of countless innocent women and men. Her role in these events makes her execution all the more controversial and tragic. At the close of the 16th century, Scotland was a land gripped by religious tensions and rampant superstition. The Reformation had fractured the nation, with Protestant reformers fiercely condemning anything associated with witchcraft, seen as a manifestation of evil. The king himself, James VI, was obsessed with rooting out witches, and his fear only fanned the flames of persecution. Witchcraft, linked to the devil, and considered a dangerous force in society, was met with brutal punishment. The slightest hint of strange behavior could lead to an accusation. A climate of paranoia dominated, where the fear of the unknown often outweighed reason. Margaret Aitken was born around the mid-1500s, likely in the Scottish lowlands. Little is known about her life before her involvement in the witch trials, but her fate became sealed when she was accused of witchcraft herself. Margaret's name would become infamous when, after her arrest in 1597, she struck a deal with her captors. Instead of execution, she agreed to identify other witches, a decision that would lead to widespread hysteria and the deaths of many innocent people. In the spring of 1597, following a rise in local accusations of witchcraft, Margaret Aitken was imprisoned and accused of practicing the dark arts. Desperate to avoid execution, Margaret claimed she could recognize witches by sight alone, offering her service to the authorities. The Scottish authorities seized upon this offer, sending Margaret from town to town to identify alleged witches. Her testimony led to a surge of executions as fear and hysteria spread like wildfire. But soon, her accusations came under scrutiny, and doubts about her credibility began to grow. Margaret Aitken's arrest for witchcraft involved no solid evidence, just the swirling rumors and fear that permeated Scottish society. Witch trials often relied on spectral evidence, dreams, visions, and confessions obtained through torture. In Margaret's case, her very ability to accuse others under torture became her undoing. Under immense pressure from the authorities, Margaret had pointed the finger at countless people, leading to their deaths. However, during one of these public identifications, she falsely accused someone she had previously exonerated. This contradiction exposed her deceit and sealed her fate. The deception Margaret Aitken perpetuated could no longer be ignored. The court, initially eager to believe in her ability to spot witches, now saw her for what she was, a woman trapped by the very system that had exploited her. The verdict was swift, guilty of fraud and witchcraft. On August 1597, Margaret Aitken was led to the gallows. Her execution, like many others of the time, was a public spectacle, drawing crowds who saw her death as a righteous act of cleansing Scotland from the threat of witchcraft. The method was hanging, brutal but common for the crime of witchcraft. Margaret Aitken's execution marked a turning point in the witch hunts. Her false accusations and the eventual unraveling of her lies cast a long shadow over the trials. In the years following, the witch hunts in Scotland began to lose momentum, though many more would die before they ended. Historians now look back at Margaret Aitken's case as a symbol of the madness that can grip a society in times of fear and superstition. The tragedy of her story lies not only in her own fate, but in the countless lives lost because of her false testimony. The execution of Margaret Aitken remains a dark reminder of the dangers of hysteria, fear, and the human capacity for cruelty. Her legacy resonates as a warning against the unchecked power of superstition and mass panic. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as haunting as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more historical deep dives.